Hi there. The audio might suck today. It's a little bit breezy here. Hopefully, it's not too bad. We'll see. I enjoyed doing that little rambling rant the other day, so I figured I'd do another one. Now, I didn't like the fact that it took over 4 fucking hours to upload, but hey, I live in the woods. You gotta take the good with the bad. It's beautiful here, but at the same time, the internet fucking sucks. This is my well house. I'm down by the well house today because I had to check it for bugs. Yeah. Ants get into the electrical unit and they fry themselves and they pile up and they make the pump saver go out. And then I don't get water from this well. Good with the bad. Fresh, clean water, ants frying the pump. Before I get into what I want to talk about, I got to touch briefly on YouTube comments. First off, I love the fact that you guys comment and I love interacting with you. And I love that you like listening to what I have to say. I'm supposed to get notified when you comment through YouTube. Of course, I don't get those notifications. I installed the YouTube Studio Creator on my phone, and I'm still not getting notified there either, but I've noticed something that's been happening. I will see a comment from one of you, and if it's a longer comment and I go to click on it, I can't click on it, meaning I can't read it, and I can't like it, I can't reply to it. I don't know if you guys are taking down your own comments. If you are, that's fine. But if YouTube is, that fucking sucks. I just want you to know I'm not deleting anybody's comments. So if you write a comment and it's not up there any longer, it's not me. YouTube is up to some shit. Now, I want to touch briefly on traditionalism. Okay? This talk might piss some of you off. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not looking to change your mind here. Okay? I'm not looking to change your mind. I just want to clear the air a little bit on my opinion of traditionalism because I think sometimes people think that I'm some hardcore trad wife because I like to do things in and around the home, okay? Mainly in the home when it comes to trad stuff, but you'll see where I'm going. Again, I'm not trying to change your mind. I was raised like this, and I'm not a spring chicken, so you're not going to change my mind on this one either. So if this one bothers you, that's fine. If you want to comment on it, that's fine. This is not up for fucking debate, okay? This one's not up for fucking debate. Again, no minds will be changed here. I'm just giving you my opinion on traditionalism. You know, when this whole cerveza bug thing reared its ugly head, whether it exists or not is beside the point. The women, instead of embracing doing things in the home, like cooking meals and stuff instead of going out, they didn't do that. Instead of doing that, they decided to bitch that they were thrust into the oppressive gender roles of the 1950s. I've covered that before. I want to talk about gender roles and what I think women should do. I think a woman should do everything in the home, okay? Every single thing within the home. Cooking, cleaning, dishes, laundry, everything, okay? Everything that happens within the home, a woman should be doing. I don't think it should just stop there. I think women should also do the majority of stuff out of the home. Meaning, yes, take the trash out. Yes, do the yard work. Yes, do things like this. And why is that? Because I'm not a proponent of the honey-do list. More often than not, men work harder than women. Whether it be longer hours, out in the elements, even if they're behind a desk, they have the weight of the world on their shoulders and do not need to come home and on their time off do a bunch of shit around the house that their woman wasn't willing to do. And I said willing, not capable. Okay? A lot of women stay home. First off, I'm not concerned with women staying home or not. If they want to work, they can work. If they want to stay home, they want to stay home. It doesn't affect me. It's none of my concern. Secondly, though, they stay home and they spend more time bitching on social media about how hard it is to stay home instead of actually doing things within the home. Then the man comes home and he's got to do a bunch of stuff. I don't think a man should come home and have to do his own laundry and cook his own meals. I'm sure some of you don't agree with that. I'm just talking about my take on traditionalism. That being said, you guys probably think I'm a big fan of it, but I'm not. I'm not. I don't like women not helping out in the yard. I think women should do the majority of the stuff in the yard. Here's a good reason why. Okay, maybe you don't live where I live, but there's poison fucking oak everywhere. I have to get in this stuff. Okay? I break out, I get itchy. But even when I was working before this whole stupid fucking shelter in place thing, this didn't affect me as bad as it would affect my partner because I'm not out in the elements, absolutely fucking miserable, sweating my ass off, and now dealing with this because my old lady didn't want to take care of it. So that's where I kind of, that's where I kind of piss people off because I don't think that women should just be boxed into the stay in the house and do all that shit. Relationships to me are about complementing one another. Okay? If you're in a relationship, make your partner's life easier by doing everything you can to make it to where when he comes home, he doesn't have to do much, if anything at all. Now, I'm not saying try to act like a man. I'm not saying to be like a man. Know your fucking limitations. I'll do a talk on that next week. The importance of knowing your limitations and what you can and cannot do. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I cannot do this. Can you help me? Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now that I've pissed some of you off, I want to talk about another thing I don't like about traditionalism, and that is chivalry. Chivalry, I fucking hate it. I don't think a woman's life should be put above a man's just because she's a woman. Chivalry doesn't exist because feminism killed it. Well, chivalry only existed because of gynocentrism and seeing everything through a woman's lens. Women should not be put above men. I don't expect a man to hold a door open for me. I don't want a man to put his life on the line for me, especially one that doesn't know me, just because I'm a woman. And trust me, this is not because I'm a strong and independent whammons. Anyone who's listened to anything I've ever talked about knows I am far from a fucking egalitarian. Okay? I do not think men and women are equal, and trust me, it's not that women are above men. Quite the opposite, in my opinion. Women and children first. Women and children first. Oh, got to have the men die because it's got to be women and children first. They've got to put their lives on the line. Why? Because women are more nurturing, more motherly? Well, the single mother epidemic will fucking tell you that's not necessarily the case. So maybe it should be men and children first for a change. I'm all for children first. They're little. They have their whole lives ahead of them. Women, on the other hand, not so much. Not so much. Traditionalism. I don't like traditionalism because it makes women think that they have the right to define what a real man is. Okay? That's one of the biggest problems I have with it. Because a real man would be chivalrous. And a real man would go to work. And a real man would pay the bills. And a real man, and a real man, and a real man. Do you know what a real man is, ladies? I'm going to tell you. A real man is any man that is living and breathing. Yeah, one that's not dead. Unless he is bionic, if he is living and breathing, he is a real man. Men that are dead were real men, but they're no longer with us. That means women have no reason and women have no place defining what a real man is. Okay? And for some reason, it's a lot of anti-feminist women who feel the need to do so. A real man can't handle all this. Oh, if he were a real man, he'd accept me for who I am. Really? Again, men define themselves, men define other men. Women need not define men. You sure as fuck wouldn't like it if a man told you what he thought a real woman was. You especially wouldn't like it if a man, or men in general, defined what real women were. You'd hate it, yet it's okay for you to do it. I don't understand that. The funny thing is if you look at what women claim makes a real man, it's usually what a man can do to serve her, things he can do for her, when it should be the opposite. I think women should serve men. Sorry, you can be strong and independent and have a business and, do things on your own, but if you are those things, and you really are those things, you value men more because you understand that there are limitations to what you can do. You see how hard men work and you tend to appreciate them more. That's what traditionalism doesn't show women, in my opinion. It always puts the woman above the man. Oh, a woman's work, a woman who stays at home, she has the hardest job on the planet. No, she doesn't. If she does again, she wouldn't be on Facebook all the time talking about it. Oh, a woman's life is more valuable than that of a man. Says who? Did you ever think to ask the fucking man if he found value in his own life? No, because nobody cares to talk about that. And women defining real men. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Yes, I do like gender roles traditionally when it comes to inside my home because I like the fact that my man comes home to a nice clean house, a nice quiet house. a warm meal, and he doesn't have to do anything. I also like that on his days off, there are certain things he can help me with because I ask him to, because I'm not going to run a huge fucking chainsaw and, fall a big ass tree like that. I stick with the smaller little stuff like this, that's more my size. I know my limitations. But it's because he knows I'm going to really appreciate what he does because I know how hard it is to actually do it. Something I think that traditionalism doesn't teach women. Don't act like a man. Don't try to compete with men. You're not a man. Compliment them. And if you have one in your life, do whatever you can to make his life easier. And that's that. I hope you guys have a good weekend.